just talking about how institutional forces and corporate forces take over the government. How do they do it? Well, this story is a great example of how they do it. It revolves around Senator Shelby. He's a Republican from Alabama. And what he's been doing is he's been putting holds on nominations that have to go through the Senate to get confirmed for federal jobs the president has put forward. And he put a hold on 70 different nominations, stopping all business basically in the Senate as far as confirming those people that the president put forward to the Senate, right? So why is he doing this? I mean, that seems like an extreme move. I mean, he's a Republican. I get that, generally speaking, they don't mind extreme moves. Well, he wants something. He wants something in return. He wants a tanker contract worth $35 billion to go to Northrop Grumman, Eads, E-A-D-S, and Boeing in his home state of Alabama. Okay. Now, so he's willing to stop all that business to make sure he gets his way and he gets his payoff. I mean, what he's looking for. So, now, why does he care so much for Northrop Grumman and Boeing, et cetera, to get these contracts? Well, three different reasons. The first one is fairly legitimate. He wants more jobs in his home state and local politics. You bring home the bacon and, all the local business guys will give you more money because they benefit from that. If you create those jobs to make that tanker, and then they, of course, those people eat at the local restaurants, et cetera, et cetera. So that's politics 101, and I understand that. And he's supposed to fight for his home state to some degree, right? As long as it doesn't come at the great expense of the rest of us. So, now that's the legitimate reason. Now, second reason is not so legitimate, of course, for campaign money. And have these corporations given him campaign money? Of course! Shelby's Political Action Committee received $7,500 in donation from Eads PAC during the past two election cycles, and an additional $21,500 from Northrop's PAC since 2000. Furthermore, the employees of those companies, the Airbus chairman, which is under Eads, McArthur, donated $1,500 to Shelby in 2009. Samuel Adcock, Eads Senior Vice President of Government Relations, donated $1,000 to Shelby in 2003. A fellow lobbyist and top executive at the company, Ralph Crosby, donated the same amount that year. One other employee, Bacon Douglas, donated $1,500 in 2003. Sam Stein doing the reporting here for Huffington Post. And it's great reporting. Now, you add all that up, there's a lot of campaign donations to him, but overall, it's still a pittance. I mean, if you add all that up, it's still under $50,000 if I got my math right. So for $50,000, you're going to spend $35 billion of taxpayer money on something we might or might not need. So that's the problem. Sometimes the Defense Department will say, we don't need that, don't make that. But powerful senators like Richard Shelby will push it through and spend that taxpayer money and increase the deficit greatly so they get this contribution. But I've always thought it's not enough. It's not enough of a bribe, right? So what's the third part of this? And that's the implied payoff. Hey, you take care of us, Shelby and everybody that works in Shelby's office. And believe me, when you get out, we take care of you. Perfect example here. Shelby's former legislative director is a guy named Stuart Hall. And guess what he is now? Shockingly enough, he's a major lobbyist for a defense contractor. In fact, when he switched from the Federalist Group to Ogilvy, in order to be able to bring his influence over in getting these defense contracts from Senator Shelby's office, he got paid an additional $160,000. See, now we're talking real money. Now, if he gets that, what do you think Senator Shelby's going to get when he retires from those same defense contractors? A ton of money. How do we know? It happens all the time. Billy Tauzin does a great deal for the pharmaceutical companies while he's in Congress. He retires, and they give him several $1 million a year as their payoff. These are the implied payoffs. Hey, Shelby, you play ball, you take care of us, and believe me, we'll take care of you. We'll take care of your legislative directors, your staff, and you all get rich. That's how we get screwed. Shelby, meanwhile, will complain about overspending, pork barrel spending. Is a Republican, the deficit, I can't believe the Democrats are spending. Number 2 in getting earmarks for his home state in the whole country. Earmarks are also known as pork barrel spending. You know how much he brought home in pet projects to Alabama? A total of $114 million, $484,250,000, according to Taxpayers for Common Sense. That's just in 2009, before the $35 billion contract. Okay, and those are the smaller projects. So it goes on and on and on. And it's not just, of course, Shelby, John McCain, also getting money from these same exact groups. Trent Lott, now retired, is on their board. That's how this thing works and how we get screwed. Young Turks.
Watch a live show 24/7 at theyoungturks.com.